All right, so as you can see, I've got downriggers on this boat, but I always fish at least 2 rods with clip weights. There's a couple different ways you can fish clip weights, and you can also fish 4 rods with just weighted lines. You can use, of course, the slide weights, different things. I prefer the clip weights for their versatility, and something that I find essential, and I'll put a link. I actually sent this to my buddy Jordan here, and he actually blew this up and laminated it. And this is a guide at 1.2 miles an hour, which is pretty close to my average trolling speed. It gives you how many ounces you've got on the line and how many feet back you drop it in correlation to the feet. We're not seeing big schools today, but we're seeing a few. We're going to start targeting 40 to 50 feet. Now, to effectively fish 4 rods with clip weights, not using my downriggers, I'm going to somewhat mimic downriggers on these 2 inside rods. And what I mean by that is that I am going to put heavier weights on those. So we're going to start with 3 ounces, and I'm going to try to target around 50 feet. So essentially, to do that, I'm needing to put out 60 feet of line. I like to run more than 60 feet of line. I like to run closer to 80 or 100. So we're going to let out 40 feet of line. Then we're going to clip on 3 ounces, and I'm going to let out an additional 60 feet. Now those lines will be going at a fairly steep angle, and to help avoid tangles, the ones going out the side, I'm going to do a lighter weight. So what I think I'll do is I'll probably do 2 ounces, and we're going to go, we'll say, to 80 feet, which will put us down to 44 feet roughly, and the other ones will be closer to 50. And that should get us enough separation in these rods or in these lines coming off these rods that they won't tangle. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. These ones for 3 ounces. Let's go 40 feet out. And so, nice thing, of course, we have the line counter reels that gives us the ability to do this. So we're letting out 40. Now the nice thing about this option that I'm doing here is that you're less likely to have this lead weight sink really fast and cause the dodger to come back and tangle, because that dodger is so far back. So once I've got it like this, I can let it out really rapidly to 100 feet, and it's not going to have any problem or tangle. And then this other method I'm going to show you, just to show you the different options. There we go, we're fishing. We're going to change to 2 ounces, because I only have 1 ounce on these second ones, which I buy these clips on Amazon. They're really cheap, and I like the ones that come with these big rings, because it's so quick and easy to change out. All right, I just wanted to show you a little bit more about these clip weights really quick. Once again, I like the ones that come with this big clip, and it's nice that it's big enough, instead of just a small little key ring or something, that you can actually use these weights as well, the lead weights, with a molded eyelet versus just the cannonballs with a metal eyelet. So you can use either one. That's a 2 ounce cannonball, that's a 3 ounce, whatever you call those. And then just one last thing with these clip weights, they're super easy to clip on your line. You just squeeze it and clip it on, but you want to make sure your line is on this inside of this post, and it reduces the risk of you losing one of these clips, because that post goes into a hole, you can see right there, and really fastens tightly, and just a really easy way to fish for kokanee without downriggers. And I do like the versatility of these clips versus putting sliders and weights on your line. You can just adjust how much line you put out before you clip on a weight. You can quickly clip them off and top line. It's a really quick, easy way to get that depth that you need to fish kokanee without downriggers. Go, 2 ounces. Okay, now another way to run it, instead of letting out a significant amount of line and then hooking it on, you can do it similar to like a slide weight. And so what I'm doing with that is I'm going to just let out as much line as I can and still net these fish, because I do want some separation. So fortunately I've got, you know, long rods. These are 7'6", and in the boat, I mean, I can get out like 6 to 8 feet of line. Now, with this set up like so, got my Dodger. This one has a little spinner. I've got, I'd say, probably 8 feet of line, and then my 2-ounce weight. I'm going to need to let it out slower, or that weight's going to drop so quickly that the Dodger's going to come back and tangle on the line. Now, the further you get it back there, the less you have to worry, but still want to be careful. So we're just going to let that one back. I kind of watch the Dodger as I'm going. And the other key to not tangling is while you're deploying, the straighter you can go, the better. Now, that's one fortunate thing with the Minn Kota iPilot is I have it set on my north, so it's just cruising down this shoreline in a very straight line, and it makes it really easy to deploy. But if you need to, you can adjust and steer manually as well.
What are you going with the?
I was going to go like 80 on these guys.
So 40 and then.
Oh, no. I was going to hook it just like right up tight, like 8 feet from the Dodger,
Oh, okay.
and then just go 80 back. And there we go, 80. So there we go. We are fishing, and it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to take this loose, but it you know, provides some separation in that the line coming off with these 3-ouncers is quite steep. So it's going down steep, 60 feet, and then it's going out flat. Where this line over here, and these should be a hair deeper, which is what I target. Where this one over here is on a more shallow angle, if you can see the line in the camera, and it's just going out on that same angle 80 feet. So it should be kind of slightly above this other one, you know, this inside rod, and should help avoid tangles. So that's just an easy way to fish 4 rods with just clip weights, no downriggers. And then actually another way that I fish, I fish a 5th rod frequently. Right now there's 2 of us in the boat with 2 pull permits, so 4 rods is all we can do. But I will actually put another rod holder in, and I'll fish one straight down the middle in the back, usually when I'm running my 2 downriggers, and I run that rod the shallowest with the lightest amount of weight and the furthest back, and it stays kind of up above the other lines and doesn't tangle. I think it's actually beneficial to have a little bit of separation, some height variance, but have all your Dodgers back there kind of in a school, and I think sometimes that actually attracts them more than just you know, having them separated. So I'm always trying to kind of think where my gear is behind me in the water and get it close together. So that's a quick, easy way to fish 4 rods out of a boat with no downriggers. Works great. Once again, I'll put a link on this chart. Super helpful to have a good understanding of where your gear is out there, and hopefully we catch some fish. All right, we got another fish on. Then he's going to show you, so to pull this weight, he's just going to put that rod back, he grabs it, unclips it, slick as could be, and keep reeling. Now the other thing we can do, of course, he can back up in the boat, I can unclip it, but you know, either way, it's pretty easy to just unhook that mid weight. Once again, these 2 on the outside, we're just going to reel until that weight is still on there, until that weight is all the way on, or all the way to the tip. So we're just going to net it. So a couple different ways. Rocky Mountain Tackle, it's this cool dog. It's got this kind of moon jelly, awesome side at the eye and then glow on the back. And then just a plain Rocky Mountain Dodger pink hoochie. Yeah, so there we go. We'll take it. And we're seeing, like I said, we're seeing quite a few fish right back there. So we'll just keep at them.
Oh, fish on right here. Good now?
There we go. Yeah, I'll get it. Right on.
Put this back in the cooler.
Beautiful. So then Turn this guy a little bit. Got him?
Got it?
Not sure.
Oh yeah, he's still there. He's still there.
So as you can see, we're just going to reel this weight right up to the tip like so. And then I'm just going to pull up on the rod and we're in. Money.
So
So,
fish on right here.
hey, look at that. Every rod's going to hit. Okay, you get that one. This is kokanee fishing. I always say it's not a hot bite until you can't keep any rods in the water, which we're almost there. They seem to be liking the plain hoochies, which if you've seen my early season kokanee fishing video, I talk about those subtle presentations, which I'm running, you know, pretty small spinners, so pretty subtle. Oh, sorry, I'm still.
You're good. Oh, came off. Oh, came off.
Okay, we lost that one, but I can't get this guy out of the net. But those, you know, those subtle presentations seem to be better for me in the spring. And this was actually the #1 setup in that video was this Rocky Mount Tackle Dodger with this Purple Passion plain hoochie, which has just been, I mean, really hot setup for me. All right, so we can't even we're still just the one rod in the water, which we've got running deeper than we really need to. And we couldn't even get these other rods deployed, and Jordan's got a fish on
8 feet of water.
or 8 feet of line out. That's amazing. All right. Okay. Sweet. That's good kokanee fishing. All right, so the bite is fast and furious. I don't think we're going to show you the whole limit. We're going to be, the limit in this lake is 5 per person, so we're going to have 10 fish in a hurry. We'll probably hold just shy of our limit so that we can keep fishing, and we're going to go after some big browns. But yeah, pretty awesome. That's even a hair bigger fish, but yeah, pretty great. Once again, easy way to fish. Just put on the clip weights and catch kokanee. Fish on.